A familiar courtyard suddenly becomes a bustling marketplace. A mini market begins from imagination. And then the first customer appears. When you're too excited, things can get chaotic. When you know how to wait and share, every game becomes wonderful. When everyone does their part, the market becomes orderly. A small market, but full of laughter.
Huh?
When you know how to cooperate, everyone is happy. Sharing is what makes the market more meaningful. When you know how to wait and share, every game becomes wonderful. Bandit decided to spend the morning tending to his garden. But as Bandit got busy working, little mischiefs began to appear. Just a slight lapse in concentration, and the whole garden was thrown into chaos. Bandit began to realize that babysitting and gardening at the same time wasn't simple at all.
Aha!
Sometimes, even the most endearing acts of help can lead to a little accident. Hey! But in the end, the most important thing is the laughter and the moments spent with family.
Shooting star. The night has fallen. Bluey and Bandit settle down for a quiet evening on the veranda after a long day of play. Bluey gazes up at the twinkling stars, and suddenly she points an excited finger towards the sky. A brilliant, swift streak of light, a shooting star, flies across the dark night sky. Both dad and daughter watch it pass. Bluey turns to look at her dad, her eyes wide with surprise and a little bit of wonder. Bandit gently pulls Bluey into a warm hug. Bluey closes her eyes, keeping her silent wish completely private. She opens them, giving a look of pure contentment. Bandit tightens his hug, savoring the special moment.
Bluey and the self-flying toy airplane. A beautiful early morning. A toy airplane is flying indoors. Bluey and Bingo are going from outside into the house. The airplane flew around the house. Bluey talks to Bingo. The plane landed on the table in the living room. Bluey went closer to take a look, while Bingo started to sense that something was wrong. Bluey lifted the plane up and inspected it. But upon closer inspection, it was just an ordinary toy. Until Bluey put it down and something unexpected happened. The plane took off on its own. Bingo and Bluey tried to chase after it, and the plane started flying faster. It wasn't just flying, it seemed to be controlling itself.
After trimming the trees, a corner of the garden brightened up. This is the perfect place for a change. It doesn't work just anywhere. A little trial and error is necessary.
Hey!
Just turn it in the right direction. The garden corner began to come alive. Even a small corner can bring great joy. The house became warmer from simple changes. A short trip always requires careful preparation. But sometimes, small things can cause unexpected trouble. People realize an important item has gone missing. When faced with difficulties, help always comes from good friends.
Aha!
Taking the right path makes the trip easier.
Oh!
Observing carefully helps us find the solution.
Oh.
Keeping things organized helps prevent loss. A fun trip doesn't need to be far, just with the whole family caring and sharing together. Bluey discovered a very strange treasure map.
Oh! Oh!
The treasure wasn't in one single place. The first X led Bluey out into the yard.
Wow!
The first piece of treasure was found. The map pointed to a different location. The last X was a little further away. The treasure pieces were gradually pieced together.
Oh!
The last X was a little further away. The search continued in the small forest. The last piece of treasure appeared. The three pieces of treasure put together into a surprise. Treasure is truly a joy to discover together. Bluey and Bingo were preparing for a treasure hunt. But the weather had other plans. The treasure map started changing. The whole family decided to follow the new map. But the treasure didn't appear. Maybe they misunderstood.
Hey! Hey!
The treasure was right where they started. Sometimes the treasure doesn't go anywhere. It's just that the map got wet.
Hola.
Uh-oh. This treasure won't stay in one place.
Whoa!
The more they chase it, the farther it runs. This time, they have to split up to catch it.
Whoa!
They're so close, they can almost touch it, but they still miss. When they rush too much, everything becomes dangerous. Running fast doesn't guarantee victory. When they coordinate correctly, everything stops.
Whoa!
And it turns out, this is just the beginning. Uh-oh.
A peaceful morning began when Chili left the house, leaving Bandit to look after the two children. But behind those innocent eyes lay a mischievous plan. Bandit carefully gave instructions. But as soon as he turned away for a moment, everything changed. In the kitchen, one problem after another arose. Bandit was both worried and confused, trying to keep everything under control. But it seemed this task was harder than he thought.
Huh?
Before Bandit could breathe a sigh of relief, a new problem appeared in an unexpected place. From outside, the whole house became more chaotic than ever before. When Chili returned, everything was over. Despite his exhaustion, Bandit completed his task. And sometimes just a smile is enough to dispel all the chaos. One morning in the garden, the plants need care. When you get too excited, water can be wasted. And then a friend comes to help. Good intentions sometimes need the right approach. Saving water starts with very small things. When you know how to adjust, everyone can contribute. A little creativity helps avoid waste. When you care for them properly, plants respond very quickly. Saving doesn't mean scarcity. When you know how to use water wisely, every drop becomes precious. A peaceful morning begins with looking back at familiar things. Sometimes, all it takes is a little color. And then, an enthusiastic friend comes to help. When you're too enthusiastic, things can get a little overdone. Knowing how to choose the right approach makes the job easier. When everyone contributes, the picture comes alive. A little mess creates memorable moments.
A few minutes later.
When the work is finished, joy is evident in every color. A small task also brings about great bonding.
Huh?
When we beautify the house together, joy is also colored. The giant balloon. The family gathers around a huge balloon. Dad holds a hand pump. Mom holds the balloon's neck. The kids watch excitedly.
Whoa.
The balloon grows bigger bigger. The kid's eyes widen. Dad and Mom exchange a slightly worried look, but keep going. The younger child hugs the balloon tightly. The balloon lifts the child off the ground. Feet dangle in the air. The child laughs and squeals. Dad and Mom gasp. Dad jumps, trying to grab the child. Mom pulls gently on the balloon string. Too weak. The older kid runs to grab a pin/sharp stick. Everyone gestures quickly to each other. Dad and Mom pull an air mattress/inflatable mat underneath. The older kid pops the balloon. Hiss! The balloon slowly deflates. The younger child floats down gently onto the air mattress. Bounces once, then sits up smiling. Everyone exhales in relief. One fine day, the family decided to wash their beloved car. When you're too excited, things can easily become excessive. Doing things the right way makes the job easier. Saving money is part of caring for the environment. Safety is always paramount. It's okay to make a small mistake, as long as you know how to correct it. Being tidy helps things finish faster. When working together, the joy always outweighs the fatigue. Bluey and Bingo are playing soccer very gently in the yard. Police Rhino notices the ball rolling slowly. Police Rhino decides to try the game. Police Rhino prepares very seriously for the first kick. The gentle kick creates a rather unexpected moment. Everyone quickly realizes the force of the kick needs to be adjusted. The game continues in a more fun way.
Okay.
A kick of just the right strength makes everyone very happy. Yeah! The slow pace of play makes the game very enjoyable. A simple game is enough to bring gentle laughter. One energetic morning, the two sisters decided to go out and exercise. Sports don't need to be perfect. Just bring joy. And then a new friend joined in. When things get too exciting, things can go a little too far. Joy is only complete when everyone feels comfortable. Understanding each other better is the first step to a fun game. When everyone adjusts together, the game becomes harmonious. Sports isn't about winning or losing, but about bonding. A little tired, but very happy. When you know how to play together, every fun activity becomes meaningful. A small balloon can create a whole big game. But sometimes, the balloon likes to fly its own way. Every time you touch it, the balloon runs away. And then Chili appears to help the two sisters. With a little help, the game continues. Perhaps the balloon still prefers to fly its own way.
The kite can fly. Welcome everyone to Bluey. What is Bluey's dad doing in the warehouse? Wow, that kite looks old. Bluey and Bingo are going down the stairs. Both were surprised to see the kite. Bluey wants a kite. The sky today is perfect for flying kites. Bluey and Bingo are heading to the kite flying spot. Bluey is running as fast as she can to make the kite fly. Oh no, the kite won't fly. Bingo is sitting there laughing. Bluey, This time it's Bingo's turn to fly kites. Wow, the kite is flying! Bluey couldn't believe her eyes.
The living room was a mess. Bluey realized Dad was about to come home. Bluey quickly looked around the messy room. Bluey started cleaning up quickly. Cleaning up too quickly caused trouble. Bingo ran in, helping to hold the box so Bluey could close the lid.
Whoa!
Time flew by. The room gradually became tidier. Dad arrived home just in time. Bluey had finished cleaning up before Dad got home. Wow! The misplaced Eggo. Morning. Mom returns from the market, carefully setting the basket of eggs on the table. She gestures a reminder and walks away to do other chores. Up in the tree above, there is a bird's nest. Suddenly, an egg falls from the nest and drops into the egg basket. The two kids widen their eyes and lean in to look. They gently carry the basket of eggs into the house. They place it on the table, staring closely at the strange egg. The egg cracks open. A baby bird hatches. The kids gasp, then smile with delight. Dad rushes over, immediately understanding what happened. He grabs a ladder and carefully lifts the baby bird. The kids stand below, tiptoeing anxiously. Dad places the baby bird back into the nest in the tree. The mother bird returns. The whole family stands below, looking up. The two kids wave goodbye. A fresh morning is perfect for the whole family to do some light exercise. Warming up prepares the body for the activities that follow. Everyone has their own way of exercising, but they're all lovely. Gentle exercise makes the body feel more relaxed.
Oh!
No need to compare because everyone has their own pace. Breathing evenly helps to improve mood. Simple exercise is enough to bring positive energy. Drinking water after exercise is a very important habit. Moments of rest help the body recover better. Starting the day with light exercise helps the whole family stay healthy and happy. After a fun play session, the living room looked like a toy battlefield.
Uh-oh. Oh no!
And perhaps the next cleanup will begin soon. Woo-hoo-hoo! But when you rush, things only get messier. Sometimes slowing down is faster. The competition ended when the room was tidy again. And so an impromptu cleanup competition began.
Oh no! Oh no!
A seemingly ordinary beach outing.
Wow!
But Bluey and Bingo discovered a mystery.
Whoa!
A treasure map appeared right before their eyes. The search began. beach wasn't still. The treasure seemed to be playing a trick on the whole family.
Whoa!
The treasure was cleverly hidden. The best treasure of all is the joy of family. Bandit decided to spend the morning tending to his garden. But as Bandit got busy working, little mischiefs began to appear. Just a slight lapse in concentration, and the whole garden was thrown into chaos. Bandit began to realize that babysitting and gardening at the same time wasn't simple at all. Sometimes, even the most endearing acts of help can lead to a little accident.
Aha!
Hey! But in the end, the most important thing is the laughter and the moments spent with family.
Bluey and the paper airplane. One day, Bluey finds a paper airplane on the table. She picks it up and curiously looks at it. Whoa!
Hooray!
Bluey gently throws the paper airplane to see how far it can fly.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
The airplane glides across the room and lands near Bingo. Bingo happily picks it up and throws it back to Bluey. The little paper airplane turns into a fun flying game for Bluey and Bingo.
Bluey had just finished his treasure map. But a sudden gust of wind appeared. The treasure map was blown away by the wind. Bluey tried to catch the map. The wind continued to push the map out into the yard. Huh? The map wouldn't stop. The wind carried the map further away.
Huh?
Bluey didn't give up. Finally, the map slowed down. Bluey retrieved the treasure map. But the map was no longer intact. Bluey realized something important. Sometimes the treasure is right where the adventure ends.
The hide-and-seek game seemed simple, but Bluey hid it too well. But that item wasn't a toy. Bluey began to realize she had hidden something important.
A few moments later.
And the bigger problem, the item had actually disappeared. The game was no longer fun. It turned out the item was never actually lost. And it seems Bluey still hasn't learned her lesson.
Donut mission. This is the last donut, and here are two experts at handling sweets,
Wow.
Bluey and Bingo. Approaching the target, stealthily, the agents are calculating their trajectory. But wait, Chief Rhino is patrolling the living room area. We've been found. Find a place to hide. Officer Rhino is a seasoned investigator. Nothing escapes his notice. The suspect is on the run. The chase begins. The speed is dizzying. Bluey and Bingo are running at a considerable pace, but the police officer is not lagging behind. It's a dead end. Bluey and Bingo have been cornered. It's time to hand over the evidence. The law always prevails. Oh, his stomach is rumbling louder than a police siren. It seems the policeman is starving too. A sweet truce was established. The case is closed. Everyone is happy and everyone is full. Bluey discovers a strange treasure box in the backyard. The box doesn't open in the usual way. The box reacts to Bluey's movements. The treasure seems to require the right rhythm. Bingo and Bluey try moving in time with the movement. The rhythm gradually becomes more precise. The treasure finally opens. Wow! The treasure only opens when the movement is in time. Bluey and Bingo embark on a new treasure hunt. According to the map, the treasure is right here. But the treasure hasn't appeared yet. The whole family starts to doubt the map. Bingo discovers a very small detail. The treasure was never buried in the ground. The treasure was hidden right in front of them. Sometimes, treasure is closer than we think.
The shadow. On a rare quiet afternoon, Queen Chili began her territorial patrol. But she wasn't alone. She had a small shadow following her.
Hola.
This shadow is a bit clumsy, but very persistent. Next challenge, the dangerous corridor. The Queen decided to switch to spy mode. The stealthy style of the shadow is truly unique.
Oh.
And the reward for the world's most persistent shadow is...
Woohoo! Yippee! Whoa!
A perfectly sweet moment.
One leisurely afternoon, Chili decided to organize a special activity. But for Bluey, playing sports always has to be different. A mini racetrack created right inside the house. The rules are simple, but the outcome is unpredictable. Winning isn't always guaranteed. But patience always brings joy. Sports don't need to be complicated. Just play together. A day of light exercise, but full of laughter. Bluey wanted to transform her backyard into a vibrant picnic area. Colorful items began to appear. The picnic mat was prepared first. The backyard gradually became more lively. Bingo also helped Bluey decorate the picnic area. The picnic area was gradually completed. Bluey tested each corner to make sure everything was comfortable. With just familiar items, the backyard became a colorful and joyful picnic area. The rattling fan, a hot noon. An old fan spins slowly. Clack, clack! An irritating noise. The whole family looks at the fan. Frowning, they fan themselves with their hands. Dad places it in the middle of the floor. He grabs a screwdriver and carefully removes the screws. Mom hands over a small box to hold the screws. She nods, reminding him with a look. Sister holds the fan frame steady. Little brother sits close by, eyes wide as he watches. Ting! A screw pops out and rolls across the floor. Little brother crawls after it. He even crawls under the table. Sister puts the fan blades back on, slightly crooked, but tightened anyway. Dad nods and flips the switch. Whoosh! The fan spins the wrong way. Dad tightens the screws firmly. Dad switches the fan on again. Oh! The fan runs smoothly, a gentle breeze blowing. The whole family claps.
Giant ball.
Hooray! Yeah!
Bluey and Bingo are playing on a seesaw. The game is really fun. Bluey suddenly saw something. Bingo immediately turned around to see what it was. Wow, it turns out it's a really big ball. Bluey and Bingo immediately ran after the ball.
Then, the two of them played with the giant ball. Bingo! Throw a kick at the ball. A little while later, Bluey and Bingo were sitting on a giant ball to have fun.
The journey of the red ball. On a beautiful day at the Healer House, Bluey and Bingo were feeling down because they had no toys. Suddenly, a red balloon appeared. And so the chase began. Passing through the lush green park. Be careful, jump high. Oh, what a mischievous breeze. They had travelled a long distance, all the way to the windy beach. We need a bit of teamwork. Amazing! The two sisters did it. A small adventure, but the fun was immense. See you again.